I'm often just a negative person. And I hate being negative. I don't like being negative. I want to be a morning person. And it just frustrates me. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to be a morning person? Still haven't gotten there, so you gotta
figure it out.
I know, I did that earlier. Anyway, so
I think either you are or you aren't, and you should celebrate your strength.
There we go. I'm a morning person.
What really gets me is like at night, I am all fired up. And Arbonne is like it. I can sit down in my bed and read and do my little journaling, and I'm so excited. I wake up the next morning, and it is like, who am I?
I can totally relate to that. I'm the same way.
If I could just keep the night
At night
going.
you have to do stuff. At night you really can't, and so it's all that stuff that's going
Yes.
on. And so
Yes.
in the morning I'm going to do that, and in the morning it's like every thought comes that people are awake.
Yeah, rubber
I
hits the road.
It's that blanket of night that covers us and shields us.
So Liz, whenever I get over that, and I've been really bad this month already, but is I get up and I immediately go to either the Learn and Burn or one of the videos that Aria sent out, and if I'll list it, like if I say, okay, from 9 to 9:30, I'm gonna do like the video or the Learn and Burn, then I'm fired up for the rest of the day. So I don't know if that helps you.
It really, and that really does. If I go and take my time to read, study, and then listen to something positive, I can really, that can change, that can shift. Like I wasn't gonna come tonight. I was great this morning. Everything was great. And by this afternoon, I was in this low slump that I'm like, no, this is not for me. And I said to myself,
She's scaring me.
this is true. So I said to myself, okay, I will go tonight if one of my consultants tells me they're going to show up. So 5:20, I get a text from one of my consultants who says, well, I think I'm going to be late, but I'll be there by 7. I get here, oh, I can't make it tonight. Okay, so here I am. So why am I here? Okay, so there's a reason why.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And being in fellowship and stuff really does help, you know, and being able to talk to other people that understand and can lift you up, it's really great. So I love this business because it is getting me outside of my comfort zone, and my husband's like, I can't even believe you're still doing this. I'm one of those people that wants to be on a team, and I want somebody to lead, and I want to follow, and I can just do my stuff and do really good. But for me to be in charge of my own business, this is a strange feeling. So, but I'm thankful. And I'm not going anywhere.
I know that too, actually.
I don't know what that was. That was like a conglomeration.
Well, Liz, I have a question for you. So when you said somehow Jan got you into coffee, what did she do? Looking at your personality and what you were thinking, how did she get you into coffee?
She handed me the brochure, the opportunity brochure, which I was, you know, not really interested in when she did. And she looked at me, she said, you would be really good at this. And I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, that's what I thought. I don't think so. But she made an appointment with me.
I called her. Remember, I called you like the next day or two.
So she followed up right away before I'd really forgotten about it. And that's something that I had a hard time learning, is following up immediately. And I was supposed to.
Well, you, that night though, at the party, you did say, you know, I don't know, you indicated you had a little bit of interest. You wanted something different.
I wanted something different.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I could do.
Yeah,
this
she
in a
did
salad
say that, and
thing.
I said, well, it may not be for you, but it might. Let's just meet and talk about it. And I was really surprised that you were, after we met.
I was at the point in life where the job I had, I mean, it's a great job. I serve disabled people, but it's not my passion, and I couldn't see myself doing it for 5-10 years, and I knew it wasn't going to take me to places that I want to go. I want to travel, and I want to be involved in missions, and I know that's not going to do it. And so I was intrigued about possibilities. So that's what's good, is being able to share somebody the vision. And I'm learning more that if I can't bring my belief and vision to somebody, how are they going to see anything past selling products? You know, And so I'm learning that part is going to be really important to help people see.
Yeah, that is important for all of us.
And you've been really coachable, Liz. I mean, from what I've seen with how you interact with Jan and everything, you know, you've
Very
definitely been coachable.
Yeah.
And Jan, you should, it's being videotaped, mention how quick Liz has grown her business, you know?
Is it videotaped
Yeah.
right now?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought you turned it off.
No,
Okay,
it
yeah.
stops after every 30 minutes and I have to go restart it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, Liz is, you've only been in the business for,
March will be a year.
yeah, and she became an area manager after, what, 6 months?
Awesome.
7 months, because you're coachable. And she picks up the phone and calls me frequently, and anytime I give her a task to do, she does it. She also gives me feedback on things which I love. I mean, just because I'm where I'm at doesn't mean I know it all and have it all, and I love that she gives me her perspective. And she also, I mean, hearing her talk about her fears, but she was ready to do her own workshops very quickly. At least she took it on with fear and everything and did it. So you initiate yourself very well. I mean, I'm surprised to hear you say, you don't give yourself enough credit yet. That's what you've got to work on. I'm surprised to hear you say that you would rather follow, because that's not true. You're a natural leader. You are a natural leader. And now, and all of you guys need to hear that. We need to celebrate all of our little successes. And I think every one of us in here has to learn that, because those of us that do stuff like this, we tend to beat ourselves up a lot. And I know you've done that, and you've done that, Nicole, and we have to celebrate our little successes. And part of the journaling at night is doing that. What did I do well today?
And the grateful thing. Being
Yes,
able
the
to write down
gratitude.
and remind myself. When I start getting that negative downward spiral,
Yeah.
like today I was doing dishes, I'm like, what am I thankful for?
Yeah.
And I just started listening and it really helped.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
And I have to say, I want to congratulate you for coming when you didn't feel like it, because that's what leaders do.
Yes.
And that is honestly the difference between somebody that gets to the top and somebody that ends up quitting. Because just like, there are times when we're had a great success, somebody called out of the blue and wants to join your team, the meeting needs you here on those days. And then the days where you're down and maybe you had, a string of no's or a disappointment in your business, and you don't feel like coming because you're coming down, that's when you need the meeting. And so congratulations for coming when you didn't feel like it, because that's common and that separates the people that get to the top. So I see you as a
Oh,
leader.
totally.
Completely.
And she started in March, and she was at GTC last year in April. So there you go.
Came right home and promoted the district.
Yeah.
You have been a shining example. That's what I said when we were with Christy. I said, you're the example I use for my team. I want them to grow the way you are, and at the pace you are. And that's part of doing the system that we're doing, is that we can teach and coach and get all the new people educated as quickly as we can. So this will be
I have
fantastic.
to say the book that's really helped recently is The 4-Year Career,
Mhm.
which taught me that this is not an instant business. And you are pushing your car up the hill for several years, and it is work, and the pay is not there in the beginning. And if we can let people know when they start that they shouldn't be looking for those big huge things in a couple months, because they're going to be disappointed.
Right.
And for them to know the reality of what they're starting and the longevity that they need to put into it is really important. And that's what we help with. And I'm reading about 4 books right now. Me too. I just started another one today. I'm really sorry. They're so
And then as you cut down on your hours at work, right? One of your
I did.
goals was to be able to do
I
that.
had 23 clients. I'm a targeted service coordinator. And now I have 11.
Nice.
Arbonne is able to help me shift, half my clients. So I'm looking forward to the day that I can, lay that all aside and just be with Arbonne Group team.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
No doubt.
So when you're telling your I story at presentations, what do you focus on? What's your big I story in a presentation?
I talk about probably my past with health and wellness and how it's affected me, and how I like how the product performs and what it does. With my I story, I think I weave both my Y and my I throughout the whole
Well,
thing.
which is normal. And so do you share with them that it's hard for you to talk to people and this has, that would be really valuable.
I think so too.
That it's hard to talk to people, but it's growing me, and I would say that often, it's grown me into a better person, a more confident person. And I'll even share the story that my daughter loves to tell people I was a frumpy teacher. And look at my mom now, she says. But you want to share that you never thought you'd be presenting in front of a group like this.
Yes, I would think over half the people at every presentation would feel exactly the same
Yeah.
way. So if that's the only thing stopping them from thinking they could join you, if you share that, they'll be like,
Because you might have shared those things with me before, but to tell you the truth, to hear them again, I'm shocked. I forget because of who you really are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have some advice. I've just been in a weird little slump. I haven't been doing the work I should be. Anyway, so
Don't shit all over yourself.
So it was so funny because Ari, like, she'll fire me up, but then it like stresses me out because she has these really high expectations and I want to meet them. And I know that she's an activator and an achiever and she's just going for it all the time. And so I was kind of avoiding this conversation, and finally, like, I woke up one morning and I said, instead of like leaning against it, just lean into it. Just lean into it. So I texted Ari like that night and I said, I need to lean into you when you meet me.
I'm proud of you.
and she
Yeah.
knew you were like not wanting to do that.
Yeah, and I knew like her personality, like if I leaned into it, so I met with Ari, and so then I'm like, okay, so we set like 6 goals, but instead of like leaning back or being scared to like, and we set those out, and I'm like, I knew Ari would like follow up with me like every other day, how you doing, how you doing, and so
don't want to disappoint her, do we?
we don't, but I also knew that if I'm going to be successful, I had to lean into it versus push away, and I had started pushing away. And so sometimes you have to lean into the things you want to
That's
push away.
beautiful.
That is.
Wow.
And you're so coachable. I mean, I never knew that you were dreading kind of
Conversations with you.
That sounds bad.
No, but
I know you do.
but good for you for overcoming that and kind of saying, well, if I'm going to be at the top, this is what I
You
need to
gotta
do,
lean in.
whether I want to or not. So
Yeah.
good job. Because then, once you started doing it, look at all these little successes you're having, and so how fun is that, and how energizing.
Yeah.
And I know for me, because I think everybody does, maybe
Yeah.
not, but fears of picking up the phone,
Yes.
fears of calling those people on the chicken list, fears of whatever. And for me, the thing that I tell myself is, okay, Ari, don't think about the 20 people that you're planning to call today. Commit to making one call, just one. Don't even worry about the rest. If you make one call, good for you. Because I know now that every time I make that one call, I'm like, that didn't kill me, that didn't
Exactly.
hurt. Okay, call number 2, call number 3.
Mhm.
And then I just get on a roll.
Yeah.
And so I think the theme I'm hearing is when we're willing to do something that we're afraid to do, we're
Mhm.
afraid and we do it anyway. That's a growth, and that's going to serve us not just in our business, but I think it was you, Nicole, that was talking about, Victor saying just who you're becoming
Yeah.
because doing that regularly.
And and we learned so much from each other. Ari, all day you were with me today when I was making my calls. Because I kept thinking about you. I've
Yes,
been
you
nervous
told me
this
that.
week. I've been really nervous this week about making my calls. And every time, and I've been making them. I have been making them. I have not been comfortable, but I've been making them. But I was listening to you in my head when I would literally say, okay, Lord, I'm going to pick up this phone. I'm going to make the phone call, and you better give me, the words. You speak through me. I don't know what's going to happen here, if we're going to do business, whatever. But really, I kept hearing you saying that before every phone call. So how much we pick up on little things that we learn from each other,
Exactly.
The Lord must hear that a lot.
Yes.
We are on consultants,
the
so
Lord
they're
must
busy.
What are they going to be able to call on their own?
The verbiage stuff.
The verbiage prayer.
Yes, exactly.
So I think we've gotten a lot accomplished tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
awesome. question and answer. No, I was gonna say, before we close out, I want everybody to gather and say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's seen, can't see everybody. But are there more questions?
I just love the interaction, so.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah,
anybody
it's
has
fun.
any successes they wanna share, any questions, they wanna ask the group, get feedback on?
The only thought that I have is was tonight, Allison bailed at the last minute, and I always like to carpool, and I thought, oh gosh, I hate this weather, I hate the snow, I don't wanna go. And then I'm like, Marie, just grow up. And
Yeah.
so, I don't
That's what I was
know,
thinking.
like, I know you and I live fairly close together, I don't know if some of us live close, because if you have
Where do
somebody-
you live?
We live across the freeway, so we live, I know that you live at Meridian and Victory, and I live at Cloverdale and Victory. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, you're an observation point.
Yeah, where are you?
Muir Woods.
Oh,
And so I don't know, like, other people, because I think when you have a carpooling buddy,
that's true, that's
It's
true.
like a workout.
It's like a workout.
it's like a workout buddy.
That's very true.
Because I just think the people that will show up or list, I was just thinking, like, when we just meet once a month, it's so easy to month my whatever.
What is it?
Next month it.
Next month they get away. Where when I was just thinking about this, when we're meeting every single Monday, you're
Mhm.
gonna really set some specific goals for yourself,
Yes.
and I think we will all. But having that workout buddy, that carpooling buddy, I think so. Anyway, just
I love that.
Accountability, yep.
You guys that have been in Arbonne for a long time have heard this, but the analogy that I love that relates to what you just shared is the hot coals. And, you know, you think about a barbecue grill and you got all the coals in there and you light them and they're all, you know, burning and they're getting white on the edges, right? They're all together. Think of when one of those coals falls out onto the cement patio, it cools down like that. Hot coals stay hot together, and that's exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's like coming together once a week, I think it's just gonna be huge.
I think
Mhm. I do
the
too.
experience we had tonight is gonna keep us all coming.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I want us to lift our energy to the rest of them that chose not to come, so that they feel like they're missing out. And I kind of liked having it here.
Yeah.
I always like it.
Let me think about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me think about that.
Yeah.
Because it's convenient for me, it's just not always convenient for my family.
Oh,
But
right.
I
Yeah, for
love,
every
I
Monday.
love being in
Yeah.
a living room.
I
but
mean, we could
Sandra-
do it at my house too, but
We could
it's
do it at
a
mine,
couple,
too.
it's a couple,
Let's,
we'll talk about it.
well, let's talk about, let's think about this. I would say, let's give Sandler a try, because they
Okay.
have graciously agreed
Okay.
to, you know, commit to letting us do that. And so let's give that a try next time. So next week, we're back here for our monthly meeting.
Okay.
And then the following Monday, we'll
Oh,
be,
so it's not next week is it?
yeah, our
Regular
monthly
first
meetings.
Monday.
Our regular first of the month.
I never thought about changing the
Oh.
monthly meeting.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
just now is dawning on me that that might not have been clear.
And yeah, so I had asked for
Every Monday.
That is not a problem. I'll switch that with Jen. The one thing that would be very interesting at Sandler, there's a couple things that are interesting to me. One is it's right off the freeway, so it's really easy for people to get to. But the second thing that I've really been trying to figure out, I used to work there, and so Jim and Joan are just so nice, and it's a sales training center. And so there are telephones on the table, there's a smart board on the wall, and there's capability, I think, so we don't have to videotape, that people would join us. So I think some of our team members.
That would be phenomenal.
And so what we used to do there is we used to do role playing. So the tables are set up for role playing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're set up so when you
Awesome.
write on the board, people see it on their screen.
Okay. We're taping this for the long distance people.
Right, the longest people would join us.
Oh,
So we wouldn't be taping anymore. So that's
But you
what
can do both.
Yeah,
Join
and
them
we do
live.
live,
Wow.
which is one of the reasons, and I gotta get with Jim and John to figure out that technology again.
Very cool.
But that's one of the benefits.
We may want to do our opportunity meetings.
We could. I mean, seriously, I think we definitely could. I think we shouldn't do it for this month just because we haven't given people enough notice. But we could definitely start that.
Yeah,
in
because we
March.
want to shake things up.
Yeah.
We want to do things different.
And it's professional, but yet it's got such a homey feel. You know, if you haven't been there before, you'll see, you'll love it.
And I was
Fresh
thinking,
Wednesday.
Ari, if it's
and they're not gonna charge us?
No, I told Ari, they don't know this, but I just wanted, maybe a few of us, should just leave a gift once a month. And then also the other deal is Joan just graciously let people use their facility, and then they're hoping, they're abundance. Joan is a huge abundance person. And so he believes that if he shares, that abundance will come back to him by people seeing his remodeling company and the sales training company.
Oh, nice, okay.
So, and we can try either or. And Ari, if we want to see if we get bigger and we
Yeah.
want to do that, or if we want to see the technology, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think we should learn it, because I do think
I think we
the
should
more
act
the
as
merrier
if.
that we, well, yeah, and I think that, you know, I think it would be wonderful to have the people that can't physically get here be able to be interactive. I mean, the video is the next best thing, but if they could be sharing their thoughts, we would all benefit.
Yeah.
So Jim does
Well, yeah, my company is doing this right now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal,
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if we're still recording, but
We are.
settler training
Because
is,
Jan wants to say goodbye. Want to say
Phenomenal.
goodbye?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
everybody,
we
let's
need to,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, because they don't need to be here for
They
the
don't.
chit chat. They're probably getting bored,
Like, are
sorry
we still
guys.
recording? Because this is boring. To them.
Yes, squeeze in.
I think we should
Oh,
say
well,
rock
yeah,
your business.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going.
Like we're taking a picture.
Right out.
Rock your business.
Make the most of London!
Yes.
So your company's doing Sandler training,
Yes.
and it's great.
It's